In the last few videos, I have discussed viraha ras in Meera's compositions. I now propose to take up Shringara Rasa in her compositions. But before I start with her bhajans, I would like to say a few words about Shringara Rasa, and it may take 2 videos to explain what is the significance of Shringara Rasa in poetry. It would be an unmitigated tragedy if a devotee's viraha did not lead to milan. Milan is union, the source of ultimate bliss, that is. In the Indian theory of rasa, Shringar is paramount. Literally speaking, Shringar is the sentiment of love or sexual passion, the erotic sentiment. It permeates all literary and artistic activity such as poetry, novel, painting, sculpture, theatre, music and dance. A literary composition based on Shringara Rasa is rich in amour, sex or just romance. Shringar also means adornment or makeup. For a bhakta, a devotee, this too becomes inspirational as a ritual where the god's idol is bathed and dressed. When Shringar is elevated spiritually by a devotee to apply to the activities of his Sagun Bhagavan, it is also known as the Madhura Ras. While Shringara Ras can be used in art without restriction, its variation in Madhura Ras confines itself to the expression of the devotee's ardor towards his God. This too has a sexual angle, such as the attraction of the gopis for Krishna. Its expression can often be explicit as in Geet Govind or in certain passages of the Srimad Bhagavatam. I have included a few paintings from Kangra on this theme as taken on Geet Govind, where Krishna is shown to be making love to Radha in different ways, and after making love, taking care of her dresses. The very touching paintings. That is the way the poet has described the incidents in Geet Govind. I am sure my viewers would like to see what I have supplied here. Jayadev, who wrote Geet Govind, reversed the concept while writing of the amorous play between Radha and Krishna. He made Krishna surrender to Radha physically and spiritually. There is a well-known classical bandish, Tum Radhe Bano Sham. That is, you play the role of the beloved. In Canto 11 of Geet Govind, a timorous Radha, her lovely anklets jingling, enters Krishna's pleasure arbor. Invited by Narayana, ready to surrender but on her terms. In the 12th canto, Hari invites her to put her lotus feet on his bed of sprouts. He tells her that the pictures of her breasts are full of passion, for it is difficult to attain embraces. He wants her to overcome her senseless hesitation towards rati, that is the sexual act, shed her man, her pride, and join her body to his. He sucks the nectar of love from her lower lips. He brings her down on his body in a close embrace. She pierces him with her nails, bites his lips, crushes him under the weight and slope of her hips, and thus conquers the mighty Narayana. Later, attaining bliss, her hips become motionless, her arms dangle like loose creepers, and helpless, she shuts her eyes as if in deep slumber. This is what Jayadev has written in Geet Govind, and I have illustrated with the help of some paintings. More will be given in the next video. The love play over, Radha asks Krishna to place his cool palm on her breast, apply kajal to her eyes, fasten her earrings, and put a kasturi tilak on her forehead, after arranging her shining curls. She asks her beloved to tie rings of flowers to her glistening hair that have come loose during their union. He must dress her in lovely clothes, adorn her body with ornaments, and fasten a jeweled girdle on her firm hips. As directed, Krishna does all that. Besides, he paints patterns on her breasts, images on her cheeks, pure ornaments on her body, puts bracelets on her arms, and jeweled anklets on her feet. In the well-known poem written by Kalidas on the wooing and later marriage of Parvati and Shiva, his description of Uma growing into a charming young maiden in the first canto is Shringara Rasa at its mildest, yet beautiful best. Her youth intoxicates without being liquor. He writes, like a painting that glistens when the right color is brushed in, like a lotus that smiles when caressed by the sun. Her body bloomed, glowing lovely in every part, her fresh youth wielding the magic band. Kalidas says Parvati's thighs are thick like a plantain tree but never cold. She has flawless hips. Shiva would make them comfortable in his lap, a privilege none other could even imagine to gain. These are lovely images. The more I read them, the more I admire the poet's imagination. In these images, the erotic merges with the divine effortlessly. Shringar becomes the Shringar of gods. Kalidas writes, on her slim belly, created as an altar of love, her budding youth has carved 3 furrows for Kama to use as a step ladder to climb to her breasts and above in amorous pursuit. The variations on the theme of Shringar are endless. Meera had a ready template in the chapters on Krishna Leela in the Srimad Bhagavad Puran. We shall take up more in the next video. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna.